Welcome to Book with Joys, the podcast where we explore the hidden patterns that shape our relationships and how to create love that feels secure, nourishing, and real. Today we're talking about something subtle but profound: the difference between healing and fixing in love. If you've ever tried to help your partner by changing them, or felt responsible for someone else's happiness, you know what fixing feels like. And if you've ever done the deeper work of turning inward, of growing yourself so your relationships grow too, you know the power of healing. Fixing and healing look similar from the outside. Both come from care. But one drains relationships, while the other deepens them. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why fixing never works, what true healing looks like, and how to shift your love life in a way that feels lighter, freer, and more authentic. So let's dive in. Part 1. Why we try to fix in love. We need to start with honesty. Many of us, often with the best intentions, become fixers in love. We see someone we care about hurting, struggling, or repeating destructive patterns, and our instinct is to jump in, to solve, to rescue. Your partner feels anxious, you reassure endlessly. Your partner drinks too much, you monitor, remind, and plead. Your partner avoids conflict, you smooth everything over, carrying both sides of the conversation. On the surface it looks like support, but underneath, fixing is fueled by fear. Fear that if they don't change, you'll lose them. Fear that if you don't help, the relationship will collapse. Fear that love will disappear unless you stay in control. The truth is, fixing is never just about the other person. It's about us, our anxiety, our discomfort, our need to feel safe. Reflection prompt. Think of a time you tried to help someone you loved by changing them. What was driving you, love or fear? Part 2. The roots of fixing. So where does this fixer tendency come from? Childhood conditioning. Often it begins in childhood. Many of us learned early that love was conditional. Maybe we had to be good, helpful, or quiet to get attention. Maybe we grew up in homes where one parent was unstable, so we learned to manage their moods. For a child, fixing is survival. If dad was angry, you became the peacemaker. If mom was sad, you became the comforter. You carried that skill into adulthood, but now it sabotages intimacy. Attachment styles. People with anxious attachment often become fixers, believing, if I keep you happy, you won't leave. People with avoidant attachment may fix in subtler ways. If I can control you, I don't have to be vulnerable. So the fixer pattern isn't random. It's deeply tied to our attachment histories. Take Sarah. She grew up with a mother who was often depressed. At age 10, Sarah learned to cook, clean, and cheer mom up. She was praised for being mature and helpful. Fast forward 20 years, and Sarah found herself in relationships where she always played therapist. She couldn't relax into being loved, because she was too busy fixing. Part 3. The hidden cost of fixing. Fixing feels noble, but the costs are enormous. 1. Emotional exhaustion. You become the caretaker, the rescuer, the one holding it all together. Over time, that role drains your energy and joy. 2. Resentment. Because fixing isn't freely chosen, it's fueled by fear, it often leads to bitterness. You give more than you receive, and deep down, you feel unappreciated. 3. Loss of intimacy. Fixing isn't about connection. It's about control. When you focus on changing someone, you miss seeing them as they are. Intimacy gets replaced with management. 4. Enabling, not helping. Ironically, fixing often stunts growth. By carrying their burden, you prevent them from learning to carry it themselves. Reflection prompt. Have you ever felt more like a parent than a partner? What toll did that take on you? Part 4. What healing looks like. So if fixing drains, what does healing offer? Healing begins inward. It's not about changing someone else. It's about changing how you show up. Healing says, I'll manage my triggers instead of blaming you for them. I'll take responsibility for my patterns. I'll hold space for you, but I won't carry your load. I'll grow so we can grow together. Healing is not passive. It's active self-work that transforms the relationship dynamic. David always tried to fix his wife's anxiety by giving advice. Breathe deeper, journal, exercise. She felt unseen. Eventually, David realized he was uncomfortable with her pain. He wasn't helping. He was trying to erase his own discomfort. When David learned to sit quietly, hold her hand, and simply say, I'm here, their connection deepened. That's healing. Part 5. Fixing versus healing in real life. Let's compare. Fixing looks like over-explaining, offering solutions when none are asked for, taking over responsibilities, sacrificing your own needs to keep the peace. Healing looks like listening without rushing to solve, managing your own anxiety instead of controlling theirs, expressing your needs honestly, supporting without rescuing. 5 steps to shift from fixing to healing. Step 1. Notice your urge to fix. Catch yourself when you start solving or rescuing. Pause. Ask, is this about them or about my fear? Step 2. Tend to your triggers. When someone you love struggles, it may activate old wounds. Instead of reacting outward, soothe inward. Breathe, journal, ground yourself. Step 3. Offer presence, not control. Healing often looks like quiet presence. Instead of here's what to do, try, I hear you. I'm here with you. Step 4. Own your side of the street. If there's conflict, focus on what you can change. Your words, your actions, your patterns. That's healing work. Step 5. Build secure boundaries. Boundaries say, I care but I can't do this for you. This protects your energy and allows the other person to grow. Practice exercise for listeners. Think of a current struggle your partner or friend has. Instead of rushing to fix, practice sitting with them. Ask, do you want advice or just someone to listen? Notice the difference. Part 6. The emotional transition. Here's the truth. Shifting from fixing to healing feels uncomfortable at first. You may feel guilty for not doing enough. You may fear they'll leave if you stop rescuing. You may even lose relationships with people who only valued your fixer role. But you'll gain something greater. Relationships rooted in authenticity, not performance. Energy to focus on your own growth. Partners who meet you halfway. Story. Rachel stopped over-functioning for her boyfriend. No more making excuses for him, no more fixing his moods. At first he resisted. But eventually, he stepped up. Their relationship became more balanced. And Rachel felt lighter, freer, more secure. Part 7. Guided reflection. Close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath. Think of someone you've been trying to fix. Notice the weight of that responsibility. Now imagine setting that weight down. Imagine saying, I care about you, but I trust you with your own journey. Feel the relief, the space, the freedom. That's healing. So here's what we've learned. Fixing and healing may look alike, but they come from very different places. Fixing says, I'll change you so I feel safe. Healing says, I'll grow so we can feel safe together. When you release the urge to fix, you stop carrying a burden that was never yours. You give others the dignity of their own growth. And you discover that love isn't about rescue. It's about presence, honesty, and mutual healing. Thank you for joining me today on Book with Joys. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who needs this reminder. And if you'd like to go deeper, get the link at description for get free copy to start building the love you deserve. Remember, love doesn't need fixing. It needs healing. And that begins with you.